The hegemony's flagship Eternal Dominion had shields rated for small star explosions. So when the human frigate passed through its hull like it was made of particularly stubborn fog, Admiral Xerik's 6 eyes blinked in sequence, a biological response his species reserved for witnessing the impossible. Report. Xerik's mandibles clicked frantically as his bridge crew scrambled over quantum displays showing readings that made no sense. His tactical officer, a crystalline being whose body literally vibrated with stress, was making sounds like a broken glass orchestra. Sir, the primitive vessels they're not there, but they are there. Our targeting systems can't lock onto something that exists and doesn't exist simultaneously. The crystal being's voice cracked, literally. Small fragments fell to the deck. Xerik watched through the viewscreen as another human ship materialized inside the Galactic Council's enforcement fleet, fired some kind of energy weapon that bypassed every known form of shielding, then simply stopped existing. Not destroyed. Just gone, like it had never been there at all. How quaint, he muttered, using the same tone he'd perfected during decades of council meetings where humans begged for basic colony rights. The mammals learned a new trick. The irony wasn't lost on him. 3 hours ago, the council had been discussing humanity's relocation from the Kepler 442 system, prime real estate that a more established species needed for expansion. Standard procedure. Humans would get some nice asteroid belts in exchange, everyone stays happy, galactic harmony preserved. Humanity had politely declined. Well, Captain Elena Vasquez had politely declined. Xerik remembered her from the chambers, with her infuriatingly calm voice and those unsettling blue eyes that seemed to catalogue every condescending word. She'd stood before the assembled might of 14 galactic civilizations and said, simply, no. The council had laughed. Politely, of course. Admiral. His communications officer's tentacles were turning colors Xerik had never seen before. We're receiving a transmission from the human fleet. On screen. Elena Vasquez appeared, and she looked exactly the same as she had in those diplomatic meetings, calm, professional, and absolutely done with everyone's nonsense. Behind her, Xerik could see what appeared to be a ship's bridge, except the architecture seemed to shimmer and shift, like reality couldn't quite decide what it was looking at. Hello, Admiral. Sorry about the dramatic entrance, but we tried the polite approach for, about 15 years. Her smile was the kind that didn't reach the eyes. Turns out, when you spend decades being treated like the galaxy's special needs child, you develop some interesting hobbies. This is impossible, Xerik found himself saying. Your technology level was carefully curated, Elena interrupted. Amazing what you can accomplish when everyone assumes you're too stupid to figure out the universe's cheat codes. She gestured to something off-screen. Dr. Nakamura, would you like to explain to the nice Admiral how we've been bending spacetime like origami while they've been patting us on the head? A slight man with tired eyes stepped into frame. Xerik recognized him from intelligence reports, a theoretical physicist who'd published papers on dark matter manipulation that the Council's scientists had dismissed as charmingly optimistic. Dark matter comprises 85% of the universe, Dr. Nakamura said, his voice carrying the weight of someone who'd stared into the abyss and found it staring back. Everyone focuses on the 15% they can see. We learn to dance with the 85% they ignore. Impossible, Xerik repeated, but his conviction was wavering as another human ship phased through his battlecruiser's armor like it was a hologram. You know what's actually impossible? Elena's voice turned cold. Trying to reason with a bunch of evolutionary accidents who think they own the galaxy because they figured out faster-than-light travel before the new kids on the block. She leaned forward. Here's the thing about being underestimated, it gives you time to figure out how the universe really works. The tactical display showed the systematic dismantling of the Council fleet. Ships that had dominated space for millennia were being taken apart by vessels that flickered in and out of existence like angry ghosts. The humans weren't even trying to destroy them, just systematically disabling weapons, engines, and communication arrays with surgical precision. This is not war, Xerik said, though he wasn't sure if he was trying to convince Elena or himself. This is justice. Elena's laugh was sharp enough to cut steel. Revenge? Self-defense? Pick your favorite euphemism, Admiral. The result's the same. Her expression softened slightly, and for a moment, Xerik saw something that might have been regret. You had 15 years to treat us like equals. Now you get to find out what it feels like to be the underdog. The transmission ended, leaving Xerik staring at a view screen that showed the impossible, humanity's dark matter fleet hanging in space like a collection of half-remembered nightmares, reshaping the balance of galactic power with technology that shouldn't exist. Dr. Kai Nakamura stared at his hands and wondered if mass murderers felt this empty afterward. The Council's enforcement fleet was drifting in space like broken toys, their crews alive but thoroughly humbled. Victory tasted like ashes and regret. Kai. Elena's voice cut through his brooding. She stood in the doorway of his lab, still wearing her dress uniform, still looking like humanity's savior. The Council chambers are asking for parley. Of course they are. He turned back to his quantum displays, where dark matter readings danced like accusations. Nothing quite like losing a war in 30 minutes to inspire diplomatic creativity. You did it, she said quietly. You actually cracked the universe's source code. Did I? Kai laughed, but it came out hollow. Or did I just find a fancy way to become the thing we always said we weren't? He gestured at the readings. You know what the breakthrough required, Elena. The Proxima colonies. 3 million people. The silence stretched between them like an accusation. Elena had signed off on Operation Dark Garden, the research expedition that had sacrificed 3 entire colonies to test dark matter field generators. Acceptable losses, they'd called it. The needs of the many. They volunteered, Elena said, but her voice lacked conviction. They volunteered for a colonization mission. Not to become test subjects for a weapon that could end civilization. Kai pulled up the final transmission from Proxima 7. Families waving goodbye, children excited about their new world. None of them knowing they were flying into a dark matter experiment that would tear them apart at the quantum level. The Council would have relocated us to asteroid mining stations, Elena said. Extinction by 1,000 cuts. So we chose extinction by moral compromise instead. Kai closed the display. Congratulations, Captain. We've successfully become the galaxy's new apex predator. I'm sure the children of Proxima 7 would be proud. Elena flinched. You think I don't know what we've done? You think I sleep at night? I think you sleep better than I do. Kai stood, moving to the viewport where Earth hung like a blue marble in the distance. You know what the real joke is? The Council genuinely believed they were being benevolent. Helping the primitive humans find their place in the galactic community. They're not evil, Elena. They're just, bureaucratically indifferent. And now? Now they're terrified. Kai watched as another human ship phased through normal space, its dark matter drive bending reality around it like a cosmic muscle flexing. Fear makes people do stupid things. Or smart things. We'll find out which. The communication system chimed. Elena answered, and Counselor Thane's reptilian features appeared on screen. His scales had turned the pale green that indicated profound distress in his species. Captain Vasquez. Dr. Nakamura. Thane's voice carried none of its usual political smoothness. The Council formally requests immediate cessation of hostilities. Do you? Elena's tone was conversational, like they were discussing the weather. We may have miscalculated humanity's technological capabilities. You miscalculated humanity's willingness to become monsters, Kai interjected. There's a difference. Thane's head tilted, a gesture of confusion. I don't understand. Of course you don't. Elena stepped forward. You spent 15 years treating us like children who needed adult supervision. Never occurred to you that children grow up. Sometimes into things that would have been better left alone. The council chambers are prepared to discuss new territorial arrangements. The council chambers, Elena interrupted, are about to receive some unexpected visitors. On cue, 3 human vessels materialized inside the supposedly impenetrable council station. Not attacking, just existing in the same space as the galaxy's most secure facility, proving that security was now a quaint concept. Thane's scales went from pale green to translucent white. This is impossible. You keep using that word, Kai said softly. It doesn't mean what you think it means anymore. Elena stepped closer to the screen. Here's the new reality, Counselor. Humanity is no longer asking for a seat at the table. We are the table. Every species that wants to keep existing in this galaxy does so because we allow it. You cannot mean to rule through fear. Can't we? Elena's smile was colder than deep space. Funny how 15 years of condescension can change a species' perspective on benevolent leadership. The transmission ended. Kai and Elena stood in the silence, watching Earth rotate peacefully below them, a blue world that had just become the galaxy's new capital, whether anyone else liked it or not. Was it worth it? Kai asked quietly. Elena was quiet for a long moment. When she spoke, her voice carried the weight of 3 million ghosts. Ask me in 100 years, when we see what kind of monsters we've become. Outside, humanity's dark matter fleet hung in space like a collection of impossible dreams, reshaping the galaxy one broken law of physics at a time.